Hi, this is me, Jimmy McMillan, on the 19th of July. I'm going to try briefly to help some of you understand what I don't know how to put in words. Maybe you can put together the position. I'm just here to do the work. I'm not concerned about who I am or what level I have, what kind of work I've done. Let me give you a brief description of my work. I became an independent investigator when I realized that America didn't have the people in place to do the work that I've done. When I uncovered insurgents digging in for something I didn't know at the time in the late 1980s. And in the early 1993, they attacked the World Trade Center. And in 2001, they attacked the World Trade Center again. And there were warning signs that were totally ignored, warning signs that I tried to go around the death threats that I received to myself and family. When you go to the website, the rent is too damn high.org, you'll see some of the death threats there that they did. But the ones to my family is the ones that you've never seen. I was warned about posting them, ever mentioning them. Now I feel that it's safe to do so, which brings me to this. My family, I had an apartment in the village at 107 St. Mark's Place. And in 2006, a man bought that property, and he is of Middle Eastern and Palestinian descent. Now, what my investigation has done was, we know bin Laden had a lot of money. You know, he owns Snapple and whatever it is, a few other things that he may own. We know he has a lot of associates out there working for him. But I tried to follow the money trail with what resources I had. And this man who owns 107 St. Mark's Place is one of bin Laden associates. He's one of bin Laden buddies. The part of their plan was to find a way to disappear and reappear. And what they did, they all formed corporations in America. My independent investigation uncovered a company called Holdings, Holdings, borrowed money from the United States Department of Treasury 29 times, $25 billion a pop. Now, the Holdings, the landlord that in the building where I live, he's trying to evict me. So he don't know. I couldn't say anything about these people. I didn't know exactly they were involved until I started doing research after I got the eviction papers on who this person is. He's an immigrant. He formed a corporation to hide his true identity, but they're using U.S. attorneys, and they're using the privileges of American citizens to do credit checks on tenants and to get your Social Security number through a discovery that only American citizens are entitled to, but the United States does not have a screening process to protect the borders of American citizens, to make sure that they are protected from identity theft and identity fraud from these kind of people who come here, form a corporation, and become instant Americans. This is what my work is. Wow. I got a lot of work to do, y'all. But they're all over the place. But in particular, this one man who took the time to investigate me, he did something called inspections at 107 St. Mark's Place. The court gave him the right to hold an inspections on me, like we're living under military rule, a military compound, where you have to do inspections on American citizens. The unified court system should be ashamed of themselves. Without finding out more information on this person before they gave them the authority to do such a thing. And I was warned by the court, if I didn't comply, the chances were that I would lose the apartment at 107 St. Mark's Place. I didn't say anything, and I had to do what they did because my family, I didn't want to bring into the light. So even though I didn't want to do it, I did it. But on the day of February 28th, on February 28th, my son, who was mostly at 107 St. Mark's Place because his mother, out of fear, she vanished. And because we didn't realize that the landlord was spying on us. They have a super in the building who's an immigrant. They use him to spy on us as well. Medication was coming to the building and from the Department of Veterans Affairs for me disappearing. So I had to make the medication returned back to the Brooklyn address to make sure I got it. There's so much that's been going on. But anyway, like I said, people, I don't know how to classify myself. America didn't have the security system set up. America was in such great fear following the attack on the World Trade Center. And let me remind you again that the Union of Orthodox Rabbis discovered them as well in 1997. They went public with their report in the New York Times, but they were quickly denounced as they didn't have the authority and the power to cast out any group that wasn't practicing Judaism. And all of these things that I had to just put together in pieces to do it myself. I've been run for public office each and every year because of this. Now you know. I don't know. I wanted to call myself a self-proclaimed agent. I don't know. I'll just kick the ass and let y'all call the name. Anyway, I'm Jimmy McMillan. I'm the founder of the Rent is Too Damn High movement and party. And I'll keep you posted. I got so much to tell you, man. I don't know where to start. I guess I'll find a way to put all this stuff in a video or something. It's just 2 decades of nothing but information. But I will say to the families of the World Trade Center, the death of your family members could have been prevented only if someone would have listened. The elected officials, including the mayor of the city of New York at the time, all of them, we start from Ed Koch, David Dinkins, and Rudy Giuliani, who one in particular didn't know the warning signs. Al-Qaeda them never hid when they came to New York. They did operate it in the open because Giuliani was so busy trying to get John Gotti. The terrorism was right there. They didn't see it. They didn't know what to look for. But now after the horses have run out the stable, they're the smartest people in law enforcement and people you've ever seen and being rewarded hero medals and all this. We have a lot to say about that too. There's so many different subjects. So if you ask me about a subject, whether you ask me about Giuliani, whether you ask me about Al-Qaeda, whether you ask me about the Union of Orthodox Rabbis, you ask me about the landlord that is Bin Laden's friend that we have at 107 St. Mark's Place, and they're all scattered out within New York. I also want to remind all of you that we are still at war. America is still at war. And America has failed to protect the borders, especially New York, has failed to protect the borders, to protect the people in the state of New York. They may have people searching for bombs and searching for with the dogs and searching for that kind of stuff, but the economic infrastructure is destroyed. It is so badly damaged. Those who are blaming Wall Street, I can't get on them because when you don't know, you don't know. Some people have mentioned about the occupiers of Wall Street. There's so much that they don't know that I appreciate their fight, but this Wall Street matter is a part of the destruction of Al-Qaeda. It's all planned. They had a backup plan after the World Trade Center, and this was their plan to destroy us. Now they have their people who are landlords and corporate owners and stuff. They're coming after us, and we don't have a leg to help us, no one to help us fight because those in law enforcement don't know. I sent letters to the FBI. I sent letters to Homeland Security. I sent letters to the district attorneys in all the boroughs except Staten Island. And I received a letter from the FBI. It was so funny because I'm told them what I'm saying to you right now. And they told me to get a lawyer. Get a lawyer. Get a lawyer. Ain't nothing else to talk about. That's the country we're living in. And we got to do something about it together. Get a lawyer.